What is up, A-Team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. We're not depending on hope it's awesome. And yes, we're back here at it to talk more about some crypto, to talk more about the markets, see where they're at. Markets are looking really damn good. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The markets are looking good. Sort of pull back to the levels of which we saw. XRP almost hitting 230 before we had this little bounce back. You know, you're seeing Bitcoin go back above 94,000. We're seeing a lot of more things ramp up, and a lot of that has to do with the rhetoric coming from the Trump administration. Obviously, with the SEC and having Paul Atkins come out here, he's going to be sitting in a few things. Honestly, I think there's a lot of things with the America-China discussion in regards to tariffs. Tariffs obviously were the main reasons why we declined in terms of price, but we're having a nice bounce back here. And I think the charts are showing a recovery here. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think that there's a lot of people putting out some data here that are showing people that, we're actually going to probably going into a nice little rally here. Again, we could be wrong, but I mean, there's data out here showing that we're on a nice trajectory moving backwards, and we'll talk to that today, and we'll show the charts and everything like that. But before we jump into everything, I want to say what's up to everyone here in the chat. We got Terry Rose, Mike, Seiko. We got Seiko Hunt in the house here. Crypto Keeper, what's up, bud? Moto, A-Team. We got Real Iceberg, good to see you. Ed, Moist Mike, Pipeline, Joshua, Benjamin Carter, what's up, man? Richard, Tony Punch, what's up, bud? Z Goals in the house here. What's up, Z Goals? Got Deb. Appreciate you, Deb, being here. Mucker. Let's see. Hollow Farm Pigeons. Good to see you, man. Matt. Got a lot of people in the house here. We got Trent in the house. Got Eric. All right, I'm scrolling fast, so if I miss you guys, Toolbox Ian. What's up, man? Scott Starlin. What's up, bud? Mike. Messi. Got Messi. Oh, man, we got Messi in the house here. What's up, Messi? Man, appreciate you guys. Hey, Shannon. What's up, Shannon? Good to see Shannon in here. But yeah, with all that, guys, let's jump into it here real quick. If I missed your name, I'm so sorry. Chipper, what's up, dude? Like I said, scrolled pretty quick through there so we can get jumping into this. I do want to add, let's add the screen here real quick. You can see right now the markets are actually looking pretty damn good. Almost back to the $3 trillion marker. You can see right here, 2.93 trillion is where we're at right now, up 3.18% on the day so far. Bitcoin, again, reaching above that 94,000, up 10% over the last 7 days, 10% on a return in the last 7 days. I mean, that's filthy, dude. Ethereum has done a nice little bounce back. Reason why is obviously there's been a lot of purchasing. Fidelity purchased a lot. I'll show you guys that as Arkham followed the wallets there. We'll show you that. But Ethereum doing really well, up 12% right here. XRP up about 5.87%. I mean, still one of the most resilient charts out there. This thing has been just hovering around anywhere from the $2 to the $2.10 marker for quite some time now. And now we're back up to 223. We did hit 230 this morning. That's nice. Solana is making a massive recovery here, 17% up on the day. But look at this, guys. Look at this. Sui, dude. I told you guys, Sui was one of those ones out there. I think Sui is the one that's going to be taking a lot of the cake here in this bull run, up 40% over the last 7 days. I told you guys not to sleep on Sui. Sui's definitely one of those to accumulate, or should have been accumulating. Right, I said right around the $1.50 mark. This thing came down to about $1.70. Was a really, really good investment by a lot of people. So that was a really, really good one to see. Stellar still up about 13% over the last 7 days. Stellar looking pretty good. And then my baby Hedera over here, back above the 18-cent mark, about 14% over the last 7 days. So again, I'm very, very happy with where I'm at this week in terms of investments. Chainlink is also another one. I totally missed Chainlink here. Chainlink is another one, up 20%. I mean, a lot of things are doing good. We're having a lot of bounce back. There's a lot more positivity in the markets right now than there were literally over maybe a month ago. I think people are starting to see that maybe we did hit bottom. Some people are still bearish and feeling that we're going to have a major sell-off. So you're always going to have that. You're always going to have people who are very bullish, and you're always going to have people who are very bearish. And you just got to find the middle. Find the middle. Or maybe be a little bit bullish, but still expect there could be some bearish news, right? It takes one word out there to literally obliterate the market. I mean, Trump could come out and say we're tariffing, whoever, and next thing you know, the market's tank. But again, I think that's past. I think we moved on from that. I think that's baked into the markets now, and it's time to move forward. So that I'm excited about. So what's up, Selmofo? We got Selmofo in the house here. We got R Lake. What's up, guys? Appreciate you guys being here. BHC booming, not to be confused with BCH. Yeah, I got to look into BHC. I saw you talking about that the other day. Yeah, Silver Shark, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. A little frustrating that crypto went 20 to 40%. XRP did a measly 7%. I think it's going to bounce. I'm not really sweating. I mean, you got to think it's been holding strong. While everything else was like doing this volatility wise, like XRP wasn't. I mean, it did drop into the 160 marker, so there was some volatility, but it bounced back nicely. And I think, like I said, XRP has kind of just been lingering around. It's you go back and you look at the chart here. I was looking at it this morning, and again, I'm on the weekly here, but just looking at it, I mean, like this is still like this is a bull flag like you never seen before. If you take this whole weekly chart right here, this is a massive bull flag for a weekly chart here. It's healthier than any other chart that's out there in terms of like where it was at. Look at this. This has already had a breakout, which means that XRP is going to have a breakout here. This goes back to my title of the video. It goes back to the title of what I have in here. I do think that anywhere from the 385 to the 450 range is coming up here next, dude. Like that based off what we're seeing here with the charts. Look at BHC right or BTC right here. I mean, the breakout's going to happen. We're on to the next leg here of where we're at in these markets. You can already see on the weekly chart for BTC that we've actually broke above on the weekly right here. I told you guys to watch the weeklies on the RSI right here. We now broke above the 20% marker. So, and again, this happened back over here. We broke above the 20%. But again, we actually had a different line right here. We had 2 weeks of us breaking above this to roughly about the 50% marker. And then we came back down right here. So we could expect something like that where we have a breakout and then we come down slightly again before another breakout. But I mean, if you take the measurements between right here and you take the measurements between right here, we're off by like 1 week in terms of how like being down below the 20% marker. It's about like 1 week or 2 weeks. It's not that far. It looks like it's shorter, but it's really not. It's like I said, it's about 1 or 2 weeks. And so we're right there in terms of where we're at before. At least with BTC. You take XRP, look at XRP. I mean, XRP's weekly is starting to work its way back up. You can see right over here, the trend for XRP has been really easy to follow. Look at this. We have a long trend down here, almost about probably close to 10 weeks. We were down here below the 20% marker. We bounced back up, had a nice little rally. We came down, and then we were below here for about another, I don't know, probably, I think 6 weeks. And then we went back to almost 11 weeks right here. We're back below here for 4 weeks. And then now we've been down here for roughly going on our 10th week right now. So if you're following the trend of the RSI, we're actually in a way, we're going to probably start building up here in this weekly chart right here, especially if we start to break above this 20% right here on the RSI. We're actually going to be sitting pretty good. So I'm actually excited with what we're seeing in the charts right now. Go back to the weeklies, go back to the dailies. Don't necessarily go into like the 15 minutes and the 1 minute and the 4 hour and the 12 hour. That's if you want to day trade. I'm saying on the longevity of it, the long-term frame of it, I think we're right on path for where we're going to be. So again, to each their own. I'm bullish. Some people are more bearish, so some people can look at this totally different than how I'm looking at it. But I think the indicators are showing us a different thing right now. William, what's up, bud? Tonight you must be what are you saying? Training clean. What's up, Kenny G? Check Trump. Is Trump doing good? Should you be at practice for this pump tonight? I will. Yeah. Do you know anything about Hidden Road and Ripple? Oh, I mean, yeah, the Hidden Road and the Ripple, how they acquired Hidden Road. Yeah, Mucker. Yeah, that's a pretty good acquisition. Trump's poo coin going bonkers. Is Trump going crazy? It's fine. I haven't sold my Trump, dude. I had like $3,000 or $4,000 in the Trump that I bought it. Like I think I bought it like where it was at. To be honest with you, let's go take a look at Trump. I don't know where it's at right now. Where is it? I know it fell pretty far. Official Trump going up 67%. Yeah, dude. Honestly, it's probably right around where I bought it. If I went back and looked, it's probably right around that $12, $13 mark. I haven't even looked at it, dude. I bought it and just like set it and forget it, dude. I was like, whatever. If it does something, it does something. If not, it's not. I'll just see what happens. But yeah, I mean, it should come back because again, Solana's booming, dude. So Solana's going up in price. It's wrapped in Solana. So if Solana's booming, then obviously any of the meme coins are going to be booming. Just like Pepe right now. Pepe's up 25% right now, 24%. It's because Ethereum's booming right now. So if Ethereum's booming, that's going to bring up the price because it's wrapped in Ethereum. So yeah, that's you do want to see that. So it's not necessarily people buying and selling official Trump. It's because people are buying Solana. So yeah, I mean that's a positive thing for sure. For sure, that's an awesome thing. But I want to jump in and see this is really cool right here. We got another SEC acknowledges VanEck filing of AVAX ETF. So getting Avalanche back on the map here, which is pretty cool. This is really, really neat right here. So this right here shows this is the U.S. spot ETFs. They pulled in roughly $936 million yesterday, the largest since January of 2025, with $1.4 billion added over 3 days. Like this is crazy. Look at the number that was added through the ETFs coming up here. Like that's insane, dude. I mean, we're talking $1.4 billion added over 3 days. You can see this like line right here, and that's the most added since January, which is back over here. So pretty wild, dude, to think that we're already starting to sort of see this growth come back into the ETFs. ETFs are proven, dude. And if XRP gets an ETF, it's game over for XRP. We're definitely going to get into the $5 range. Like without question. ETFs are going to push XRP, any crypto. I don't care if it's HBAR, AVAX. I don't care. It could be Solana, any of those. That will push it over to the next level for people to put institutional money into these things. So ETFs are a big deal for crypto, and we're just starting with the ETFs. We just got Paul Atkins confirmed. Obviously he's pro crypto. They're going to find ways to make everything an ETF, and that's really what it's going to come down to. Eventually, it's almost going to be like a stock trading for crypto. We know that. And that's where I got right here. Fidelity and BlackRock received more than 700 million in ETF inflows today. I mean, that's wild, dude. Just today, right now, they have over 700 million in ETF inflows. I mean, that's crazy for Bitcoin, right? Just today, $700 million so far. Like that's wild to see. We can see right here that Paul Atkins to speak at the next crypto roundtable. So that's cool. The roundtables were a little bit they were cool, but it was like, I don't know. It is what it is. But a lot of the markets are coming back because right here, China will likely be reduced by 50%. This is the retort that's coming back from the White House here. I think this is actually good. I'm glad that we're starting to sort of see what this means for the markets, and hopefully they do come to some trade agreement. There is a lot of discussion being had out there. I don't know what's right and what's wrong, but yeah, Austin, you're looking sharp. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I got my little polo on today. See, I got my black polo on today. What's up? Yeah, what's up? What's up, Billion? Right? Good to see you, bud. I'm just going along for the ride. Me too, man. Me too, dude. Awesome. What's up, brother? Sorry, I'm late to the party. Sold at $2.29 from a $2 position. Okay, made 2K. Nah, you'll be good, Lewis. I mean, there's always time to buy again, dude. It's always time to buy again. You gotta make that money. I'm around that $12 mark as well. Nice, dude. I think a lot of people are probably, if we go back and we actually look at the chart on Trump, it's probably a lot of people are probably pretty close to that price range. It seemed to be. I know some people actually. Probably went up and probably bought at a higher level for sure. So imagine subscribing and talking. Yeah, people do, man. I appreciate you being right. Kind of just glaze over it now. We better get XRP ETF before GTA 6. I don't know, man. I'll be pretty excited about that GTA 6 if that comes out, dude. I'll be honest with you. Morning, what's up? What's up, Double D's? Good to see you, dude. Adam L coming in hot with the $9.99 super chat here. Good morning, only took Trump 10 days to cave into China's tariffs. Art of the deal. Wipe 10 trillion from the markets. Bring 500 million in tariffs. I know you're not a fan of Trump, dude. I know you're not a fan of Trump. There's a lot of people that are not fans of Trump. There's a lot of people that are fans of Trump. And again, it's like I go back to what I've always said, dude. Like regardless of party line, I just want the markets to do well. And when the markets do well, I'm going to be happy about it, right? Because that's where a lot of us have no control over who's in the who's the president. We vote for it, but a lot of it. We had Biden for 4 years. We have Trump now again. I just want the markets to do well. I just want people to make money. I want the low income people to make their money in the markets because we don't hold a giant portion of the market as it is anyways. So that's really all it comes down to for me. So I'm happy. But like I said, I appreciate your $9.99, and I know that you're not a big Trump fan. So ETFs, hopefully it brought from the exchanges and not OTC. Yeah, I mean, it probably was an OTC, Scott. I would assume I DCA because of you, and I'm up like 15% on all my cryptos. We cooking. Hell yeah, Billion, right? See, that's what I'm talking about. 15% up, dude. That's a big change. You have $10,000 in here. I mean, that's $1,500 that you didn't have before, right? And if you have $100,000 in here, it's $15,000 you didn't have before. So that's $15,000 in the profits. You know what I mean? Or whatever, however much you put in. But that's awesome. I appreciate that. I'm happy you did that. I think a lot of people are probably paying off from that. I'd voted for Trump. I'd say don't trust him though. You voted for Trump and don't trust him. Yeah, I mean, probably a lot of people you have to pick one. Good morning, team. I'm a little late to the party. What's up, family man? Good to see you, bud. Do you think they released a GTA, but he's not meeting all his promises on any of the wars? Yeah, I think they're still trying to fight through that. Curious where we might be if Kamal was in office. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I don't know. I don't know where he'd be. Honestly, it'd be interesting. Trump is making a Web3 Monopoly-based game. That's actually pretty funny. What's up with the roundtable on 424? Atkins is going to be there. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying right here. It says that on April 25th, our next crypto roundtable is on April 25th. So according to the agency, the roundtable discussion will see the crypto task force discuss digital asset regulation with specific focus on custody consideration. Atkins was officially sworn in last week as he leads the agency in a new era amid the ongoing pro-crypto policy shift. So this will actually be on April 25th, and there's the SEC. The SEC has a little newsroom here that gives you the spring sprint towards crypto clarity. This is actually what we need to do. We need crypto clarity for sure, without question. And I think this is probably the beginning stages of it all. So this is awesome to see. I'm actually pretty pumped about this, and I just wish that they would actually make the roundtables public so we could actually watch it. What's up, guys? What's up, Authentic? Good to see you, dude. Benjamin Carter, Austin fights for the low class. That's why I love you, bro. I think it's just important that a lot of people have, we're all trying to make it from somewhere, and unfortunately, the upper class holds majority of all the assets, right? I mean, that's just kind of what it is. So the goal here for me is to take what we have and try to make the most of it, and that's really all my goal is. I want to be able to create generational wealth for my kids, you know what I mean? Just like someone else created generational wealth for their kids. And, I think crypto has always been that for me. I think crypto is like that one fruit out in front of us that gives us an opportunity to change our lives. And it's proven that it's it's already proven. I mean, people that invested in Bitcoin, it's a total shift of wealth. And we're at an opportunity where we could be the people that are in that group where we could be a part of that shift in wealth just by investing some of your hard-earned money and taking a risk. You have an opportunity to completely shift your life with generational wealth. I've always said that. I always believed it. So and that might not happen this year, it might not happen next year, but 10-20 years from now it could be a totally different story, dude. So it's the long game, dude. Don't play the short game, play the long game. Play the long game, dude. I'm just saying, like, play the long game. Don't sell all your assets. Keep your assets. Bitcoin's an asset. XRP is an asset. These cryptos are an asset. 10, 20 years from now, these cryptos are going to be worth 1,000 times what they were today. Just like stocks were. Apple, well, just go back and look at Apple. Look at the market caps of Apple, where they were when they first started. Look at where Google and all those things were. I mean, imagine if you invested in those things back then. You have that opportunity now. And some people don't see that, and that's okay. But the people that are watching me, I'm going to make sure I try to say it as much as possible. Longing to hodl, yeah. Don't care about being super rich, just want to live a decent life. 100%, dude. And I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I don't want to be rich. I guess I just want to make sure that when I leave this earth, that my kids have something to be able to, for them to be able to do whatever they want to do, and make sure that my grandkids have something as well. Like, that's always been my goal. You know what I mean? Because I came from nothing. Like I said, even my dad, like I talk about my dad worked his ass off to get where he was, right? But my mom's side wasn't the same, dude. I mean, we grew up very poor. My mom and dad split. So they split when I was like 3 years old, and my dad lived in California, which is where he's from. And and I would only see him like once a year in the summertime, and I lived with my mom. And my mom, we lived in a trailer, dude. I was white trash trailer, man. White trailer trash, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I lived I lived in the sticks, dude. I like literally lived in like the boondocks in a trailer. You can ask Fan, dude. I've taken Fan by my old house, dude. It's rickety, dude. And so yeah, that's kind of where it's at. So yeah, we all have things to base ourselves off, right? Things to work for. Everything's version of financial freedom is different. Yeah, it is. I would agree with you on that. I just want enough to be able to buy land and build a house. I'm with you, dude. That's exactly what it is. Your kid's gonna get a shitload of black hoodies when you leave the earth, brother. Absolutely, dude. That's all I invest in now. It's just black hoodies, dude. Black hoodies. Here for the long term, just enjoying the ride. 100%. I'm with you, dude. I'm just trying not to clean pools my entire life. Yeah. You're the pool boy that gets hit on all the time, billion, right? A trailer in California is like 1 million. Actually, even probably 6. Yeah, you're right, dude. You go down to Malibu, dude. There's some trailers down there, dude. There's definitely some nice trailers down in California for sure. That's true. That's true. Happiness doesn't grow exponentially in correlation with your wealth. Once needs are met, happiness comes from within. That's true. Again, and I'm going to be honest with you, I 100% agree with you, because I actually loved my childhood. So yeah, we might have lived in a single wide trailer on 5 acres in the middle of nowhere, like literally, I mean, it was, looking back, but I have no reason. Like, I was like, I loved my childhood. I was out in the woods. We were riding three-wheelers, like, totally just, my sisters, on the other hand, like resent it. They're totally in resent mode over it. I'm like, dude, I loved it. So, I find I don't ever look back and say, yeah, just because we grew up in a tin can and didn't have a whole lot. My mom did the best she could, and she raised me right, and that's all that matters. So, and we are a very loving family, and we try to work. I work really hard to get where I'm at. A lot of us have, and I think that's all that matters. You might as well get what you can. If not going to get rich, take it if you don't. Yeah. I bought a bunch of Bitcoin ETFs on these dips, and it's been cooking retirement. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about, Billion, right? We have the family, I think. Yeah, the same family, I think. The toolbox. That's awesome. Swap my BTC for XRP. So glad that I did. Oh, dude, James, that's awesome, man. I took off during the chaos and played with some metals. Helped me keep my mind off XRP. Yeah, sometimes you got to step away. I agree with that, man. Sometimes this has been a wild ride. But look at XRP right now, guys. Like, just look at where it's at. Like, just this is a weekly chart right here. This is a really healthy weekly chart. We're still trying to build out of the bottom right here, but realize that once we actually get out of the bottom here, this thing's gonna go for a ride. This thing's gonna go for a ride, just like we saw right here on the week. Let me get silver. Let's get this out of there. So you can see right here, we're gonna go. And one thing I wanted to share with you guys that I thought was really cool is this is where we're at. You can see right here, we're actually right at this right here, building pretension. So the good thing is that you go based off of previous history with these things and where we're going. And every timeline here lines up exactly what we've been saying. We've been saying that Q4 is going to be the peak of this bull run. We're going to have a Q4 peak. We're going to come back down, and we're going to work out of a recession again. Like that's just how the cycles work when it comes to just the markets in general. So even if we have an economy that's doing well, there still will be some dips in the market, right? How far do those dips go? I don't know. But we're right here at what they call the 2.3 building pretension here. So, I mean, you can see that this is a reaccumulation phase. You have a nice little accumulation phase down here, which is where the bottom of the bull run happened. Then you have another one right here where this is the reaccumulation phase. And right now, I mean, you could sit there and say that this is kind of like I said, we were kind of in another accumulation phase here for this last couple months when it comes to Bitcoin here. And you can see this is the building pretension, and then this is where the trend continuation happens, and we'll hit all-time highs. Again, how high does this go? I don't know, but this is really what it comes down to. This is a market structure that we always see right here. This is the same market structure, and this is exactly what's going to happen here. You have the start of the accumulation, you have an upward trend, then you have a trend continuation, then you have basically the start of an accumulation phase. You do the whole thing over and over again, where then it starts to build out. So that's where we're at. And we're right here. We're right here. We're right before this run. So anyone that's on this channel right now watching this, just realize that we are actually in preparation for a rally going into Q3, Q4. I mean, I think a lot of us are saying the same thing here. It's not just me. I mean, there's thousands of other people putting out this chart as well, looking at the same exact indicators that we're looking at here. There's just a lot of people that aren't watching the channel right now, aren't on X, aren't doing these things. And so they're going to jump in when this thing is right here. This is where they're going to jump in. They're going to come in right around the end of Q3 going into Q4. And this is where we're going to see a ton of people. Mark my words, dude. A ton of people are going to come on the channel here. They're going to be buying the top. And then we're going to see the same cycle we just saw. And that's going to come down hard. People are going to be pissed off and upset, and all upset because they didn't sell this position up here. And again, we don't know what the top's going to be. This one's saying it's going to get at $310,000 for Bitcoin. And that's very well likely could happen, right? That could 3x from where it's at right now. That very well could happen. I mean, it's been on the table. I think a lot of people are calling for a 250,000 BTC. But what does that mean for XRP? What does that mean for HBAR? What does that mean for a lot of these other ones? Well, what that means is that those things have an opportunity to go up anywhere from 5, 6 to 10 times where they're at right now. And I've always said that. That's kind of where it's at. When Bitcoin starts to rally like this, you could probably see a lot of these altcoins go into what is called altcoin season. And we're going to see a lot of these altcoins explode as well. So manufactured homes are now selling for 150 to 200K. That's so crazy, dude. So crazy. 100% right. Yeah, Craig, I'm with you, man. I remember when food stamps looked like Monopoly money. That's so funny. I know people had to actually pay in front of them. You've been telling your friend to low bank speed for 3 months now. All I want is for us to eat. Hell yeah, dude. I'm with you. My Lambo is my own little house. What coins do you think you're going to rise when XRP starts going up? I mean, XRP is going to do well. You know, any Ethereum based SUI. I've been saying SUI. I've been saying Chainlink. You know, XLM, HBAR. You go down the list of these things. I think that they're going to continue to do really, really well. We got Seiko coming in hot with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. If Seiko gifted you a membership, please say thank you to Seiko, and make sure if you do join, make sure you guys actually join the Discord. And I forgot Shannon. Shannon, thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships to the A team as well. Make sure you say thank you to Shannon if you get to do a membership. And those 10 new members, welcome to the A team. Appreciate you guys for giving out those memberships. That's awesome, dude. A team continues to grow. Always appreciate you guys being here and always showing up and showing out. And I couldn't be more appreciative of that. So what's up, Kokor? Good to see Kokor in the house here. Here in New York, it's nice finally. Yeah, here too. I think we have our hottest day on record today. So I think we're at like in the 70s right now, which is, you know, I say 70s, like everyone's like, that's not even that hot. But for us here in the Northwest, okay, we hit 66 today, 75 tomorrow and Friday. So that's pretty good, dude. And then we got a soccer tournament all weekend. So I'm mowing lawns and listening. Hell yeah, bro. Love mowing the lawns. The smell of home cut grass. Finally 70, 80s in New York City. That's pretty good, bro. That's pretty good. Look for those hidden day trades. Let's see here. Anyone know anything about the new crypto kernel? I don't know what that is, man. XRP going to 430 by Friday, but could go back to 125 by Sunday. I wanted to share this. I wanted to share this chart with you guys. I think this is super cool. This is exactly the trend that we've been looking at. And this guy, I don't know if you guys follow the skirt guy, but I mean, and he basically has put this up like 3 months ago. He put it up, and it was like right over here. Like, dude, we were like right in this area, showing that like we were in this reaccumulation phase. Like, he actually showed this like months ago, dude. And I was like, okay. And then now to see it sort of play out exactly how this is working out. I mean, we're right on line. We're like literally right on line with what's happening here. And we're just now beginning this trend for continuation. This trend for continuation is going to go really fast. We'll see what happens though. I don't know. I don't know how, like, when will this start to really go? Is it going to be built out over here? It could be built out over here, which would be July. You know, anywhere from July, like June, July, we'll probably start to see it really ramp up here. But that's kind of what we've been saying, dude. And then going into probably Q4, talking September, October, we're going to probably see a peak, dude. And then we're going to probably come downward and, work our way out of it again. That's kind of what's going to happen here. I bought the last top of the cycle. Wish I knew about this 4-year cycle back then. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. A lot of people did that. So you're not the only one. Trump coin pumped to 16, now trading around 12. Yeah, I saw that, Nicholas. We were just looking at that. Thanks for membership. Oh, yeah, welcome, guys. Now you can really tell when we're in the green when you start getting memberships and donations. The good thing is that Seiko, a lot of you guys have been donating. I mean, giving out those memberships consistently when I go live, and I just couldn't be more appreciative of it. So, yeah. And Toolbox, thanks again for gifting 5 memberships to A Team. If Toolbox gifted you a membership, please say thank you to Toolbox, and those 5 members, welcome. Yeah, I can be more appreciative of just the A Team holding strong, even through these times, right? I mean, when the market starts to run, we get a lot more people in the stream here. Obviously, more people will become, they jump back. If they left, they come back. A lot of people got. I told you there was an exhaustion in trading, right? There was trade exhaustion, dude. I think a lot of us, it was just like, oh man, I mean, people were getting exhausted over it. The ups and the downs and the uncertainties can really push you out of the markets, but eventually they'll come back. People will come back and start to see like, okay, good, my investment's back up. I'm back on top. I'm feeling good. And that's when you start to feel good. When you wake up and you see you're in the green and you're actually in the green, not just the green for the day, like your investment's in the green. And everyone, that feeling, I can't really describe it until you had that feeling. I'm sure some of you have that feeling right now. Billion Ray has that feeling right now, where you wake up and you're like, hell yeah, dude, I'm up 15, I'm up 10%, 15%. My $10,000 investment's up like 2K right now. Like, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like, so when that feeling comes back around, you'll see a lot more people get more engaged in crypto again. Can you please post that chart so we can see it better? Yeah. Here, what I'll do, let's see, I'll copy the image. Let's copy the image here. And then what I'll do, I'll just retweet it, bro. How about that? How about I just retweet it for you? Let me retweet it. Here you go. I'm going to go, this is spot on. So here, I'll post it right there. And now it's posted back on X. So you can see there. There you go, bud. Let's see here. Yeah, it's hard to it's kind of probably hard to see. I mean, I could probably zoom in a little bit more. I could probably do something like this. You could probably, well, now it doesn't really help out a whole lot. Like here, this could help out. Nope, definitely can't. Here in Jay, it's 80. Gosh, dang, dude, 80 degrees in Georgia. Love when it gets warmer. People are actually nicer. Yeah, yeah, I would agree. People are they finally get some of that vitamin. You know what I mean? I'm a cheap ass native. I barely donate. Yeah, you're good, dude. There's no expectation whatsoever. I just appreciate you guys showing up and always hanging out with me, even if it's days that are boring. Uh, if I have my XRP in a cold wallet, when the top hits, do I sell some or just leave it for the long haul? I try to sell. I would, like I said, depending on where you bought, right? That's hard, Lorena. That's a tough one because it all depends on where you actually purchased, and how much you're up, and then how much you actually want to hold. So, like for me, my average price for XRP is roughly around like 32, 33 cents, right? And so when this hits a market high, or what I think is a market high, I'll probably sell. And if it goes higher, like, so let's just say that let's just say that it hits $7. I'm just going to put out an example here with Bitcoin or with XRP, right? So as you guys know, right now I'm roughly up like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. I'm roughly up like almost 600% on my investment with XRP. So I'm like, dude, that's a pretty good return, right? Very happy with my return on XRP. So if it hits $7, that's going to put me at, roughly, what is that? Almost like a 30x. I mean, roughly where it's at. What is the actual exact number? Puts me at like a 25x. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like a 25x. So like I probably wouldn't that would put me at such a good price from like just how much I would make, that I probably only sell like maybe 50% of my XRP. And I'd sell it at the top at 50%. I'd hold on to the other 50, because I just know I'm not going to get it for that 30% price anymore. Some people would say, well, that's dumb. Why don't you just sell it all and buy it at a cheaper price? Well, that's just not how I operate. So, and I would prefer to keep it, for the long term, because we don't know how far it's going to go down, right? And I don't like to play that game. So and again, we all have our different trading styles. I mean, Warren Buffett, he held through the roughest of times through a lot of these things that he's held. He holds them through the tops. He's just a long-term holder. And that's kind of where I'm at too. Look at Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor has purchased Bitcoin and held it all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom, back up to the top. I mean, so it just depends on what kind of trader you are. And again, there's no right or wrong way to do it. I think that what people tend to do though is they tend to buy the top, and or they think they sold the top, and or they buy it and then they hold it all the way back down when they were hoping to get profits. So that's why you should only invest what you're willing to lose. And if you're going to invest, you should probably invest, you got to decide what kind of investor you are. Are you a long-term holder, or are you just looking to make some money and get out of the market? It's up to you. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us have been here for years, right? We've been trading this for years and years and years and years and years. And so, again, I just don't plan on selling all my crypto. I don't need to sell it all to be able to live a lifestyle that I want to live if it gets to $7. You know what I mean? It was bad news after bad news after bad news. Yeah, it's tough to say, right? At what time is Trump speaking today? Good question. I have no idea. No idea on that one. When you come back, that's when you kick them out for chatting before they left. When they came back, that's when you kick them out for chatting shit before they left. Oh, what are you talking about, Curtis? Oh, like people come back in all hot. Yeah, I love the ups and downs and sideways trading. I don't care for it. Yeah, I would agree, Papa Don, because you could short the markets if you choose. It's tough to put money in with a pocket of hopium only to find out you're hole in your pocket. That's true. Sometimes it feels that way. You know what I mean? Any bets whether Levi's going to make a video today about what Austin just said? There's no way. He probably did. I mean, we probably all look at the same articles. What are you looking at? Just joined. Just looking at the markets, really, is what it is. We're looking right now. This is that XRP's chart, which is just like looks really, really nice. This is the weekly chart. The daily is looking pretty damn good too, right? Even though the daily is showing that the RSI is a little over purchased right now, but you could sustain this day for a while, right? We could be up here for a couple days and before we come back down. And we'll probably come back down and find another area. Probably this 215 marker will probably come down, hit this 215, and then bounce back up. I mean, we've got a nice little fair value gap. Got a lot of fair value gaps building up here, not just on Bitcoin, but also on XRP, vice versa. There's some fair value gaps that are probably going to get filled. And we can get rid of this thing because we now have a whole new, now you can go back down here. You find the bottom, go to the top now. and now you're looking for retracements, right? So anything between the 236 and the 382 is a good buy. So you probably put a buy order in for 86,979. That probably could come down and retrace back to that level. You could also say, well, maybe it's not going to go back down that far, so I'm going to put one down at the bottom of this fair value gap at 88,614. So expect this. Remember, crypto doesn't always rise. It's going to come back down. There's going to be a retracement. Where's that retracement going to be, and how far is that retracement? Realize that anywhere between the 236 and the 382 is actually a pretty good. That's a pretty good fall, right? Anything past the 382 down here is a pretty deep dive. So anything that's hovering around this 236 marker, which is this top line right here, is actually a pretty good DCA, right? Technically, if you're trying to do some day trading and stuff like that. So just something to consider if you're looking at it. But this is the day chart. These are the areas. So I'd probably, like I said, I'd probably put one at the bottom of this. Be aggressive. 88,568. Something to look at, right? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Yeah, I don't know. Fan killing it as usual. Austin's beard looks almost as good as XRP's chart. You liking the beard today? Beard's looking good, yeah. I don't know. I'm on the stage of like, do I grow it longer or do I keep trimming it? That's where the stage I'm at with my beard right now. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to I don't know if I want to go longer and like make it like a long beard or just keep it. I don't know. Summer's coming around, so I probably won't keep it longer. No problem, Lorena. Absolutely killed it on XCN today. Nice, dude. Hold till generational wealth. That's kind of where I'm at, dude. Just hold till generational wealth. I'll probably sell some, make some money, put back in my pocket for fun. Banks are not a good place to leave currency. Yeah, dude, you get like 0.025% on your APY, dude. It's horrible. We need the GameStop guy to get these sellers to hold. Yeah, I know, right? Austin, no bullshit. You're the realest mofo in the space. I appreciate you, dude. Thanks, Eagles. You guys are always holding down for me. You make it easy. You make it easy just to talk normal. Austin's normal. Why we love you. Dark Helmet. You guys make it easy to talk to, so it's all good. Even though I do get some haters in here, it's all good though. Growing mine to my feet, damn, bro. There's some long. I saw some pretty long beards, dude. Go long with the beard. Chicks dig it. I don't think Fan likes my beard. I think Fan's like iffy on my beard, even though she doesn't want me to shave my beard. Because when last time I shaved, dude, she was like, "Dude, you look ridiculous." So yeah, add 2 inches and continue to trim. Okay, so you're saying 2 inches? Dude, 2 inches is a lot, bro. I mean, like, what is 2 inches? Like 2 inches is probably, yeah. Bollinger Bands keep squeezing an XRP or so. It looks like to me. Hope it keeps breaking. Yeah, they'll probably be, like I said, I haven't changed, dude. I love this, by the way, that I have not changed this Fibonacci, dude. This Fibonacci this is a tried and true fib right here. And I get that it's really far out, but I haven't changed this since December, bro. December, I put this fib in December on the daily out here. And when you look at this, dude, this thing has hit every time for us, man. This $2, anywhere from the golden pocket was roughly $2.09 to $2. And this thing has done fantastic for us. Like, this thing has, like, from a day trading standpoint, this thing has done phenomenal. It tells you exactly where the retracements are going to be. And like, if you got into this area right now and now you're in the green, if you got into this $2 range, which I know a lot of us got into this $2 range and rode this thing back up 10%, dude, that is such a good return in a couple days. So, I mean, kudos to anyone that got into these. This fib this is a tried and true fib right here. And we've been following this thing for well over, December 1st, right? December, January, February, March, April, 5 months on this fib right here. And it's literally told us the whole, we haven't missed with it, dude. We haven't missed with this chart, with this fib, dude. And I get people want to clown on it and say, well, why are you still having? Well, the retracement levels have always consistently put here. We got nice little levels of support. It's crazy how this one has worked out. That's why I haven't moved it, dude. I don't plan on moving it. I'm just going to keep it here until we have a breakout again, dude. And that's probably where it's going to stay. Yeah, membership is back, baby. Hell yeah, dude. Austin, for a swing trade, what would you put as an entry for XRP right now? I'd probably stick around this. I'd probably wait for this thing to retrace back down to like 210, dude. This thing has a right here is the fair value gap right here. And again, this will come back down. I mean, we're definitely over purchased right now. You can see well over we're definitely overpurchased, but at the same time, you can see right here, we've been in the red for literally since March of 28th. So almost a whole month we've been in the red, dude. We have not seen a single green day, which is kind of crazy to think. Today might be the first green day that we see. Yeah, but it's been hovering above this on the day chart here. It's been hovering above the overpurchased for quite some time now. But last time we were above this, guys, like this is the last time we were above this and sustained above it like this and had this like little double here. We actually rallied pretty hard. So I mean, you could think right here, boom, we rallied. I mean, we're about right here. So there could be a nice little rally coming in right now. I mean, it all depends on how this weekend ends. But we could see a rally right now. If you think a rally's coming in, now's the time. You know what I mean? Now's the time. But if you missed out on this $2 down here, which is where a lot of us were buying and holding now through this, again, this area was the best time to buy. So a lot of people bought right here at this $2 marker, anywhere from $2.10 to $2, and now we're riding this wave. And I hope this wave continues. I hope we get back up to the 250 marker, the 245 right here, and we continue back up here. I think that's kind of where we're at. Anywhere from the 245 to the 255 is kind of where I'm at right now, or 260. Sorry, the 245 to 260 is kind of the next level. If you want to sell on a swing trade, before we'll have a nice little rip back down. So that's kind of where I'm at. What is the volume indicator that you use? Oh, this right here. There's a couple indicators right now. You got the visible range volume profile is the one that I think you're talking about. I don't have that up right now. Well, I do have that up. It's right here. Sorry. I do have that up. It's over here. Keep the beer trimmed up. That's all. You look good. I appreciate that, Karen. Yeah, Curtis, it is a good crypto chat. Hello, Austin team. Do you think XRP price will go up today? I think that we have some momentum. We definitely have some momentum right now. There's definitely momentum in the markets. Hell yeah, dude. That's a good buy, dude. That's right at the top of that's literally right at the top of the golden pocket on this fib. I think I put out a tweet saying that didn't I put out a tweet yesterday saying about that? Can't remember. Sometimes I tweet and sometimes I forget what the hell I tweeted. Yeah, I don't know exactly. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, I put this out yesterday, dude. Right here. XRP has the most bullish chart in crypto, just bounced off 225, which is right outside the golden pocket zone. So 225 is right outside. Like I said, I mean, like we've been following this up. Like 225, there's a golden pocket right here at 210. It's just outside the golden pocket zone. Now we're starting to build momentum. Our goal is to get back above right here, which is going to probably hit some resistance at 235. You can see there's nice little resistance. If we break above that, we can definitely hit 245 up to 260. So that's where I'm shooting for in the next couple days. So what's your thoughts on SHIB partnering with PlayStation? I don't know. I don't know what value that brings for SHIB. That's cool partnership, but like what value does it bring for SHIB holders besides, because again, all that matters is the use case of utility for SHIB. And unfortunately, just unless people can buy SHIB with PlayStation, like SHIB's being used as some kind of currency on PlayStation, then we're in like Flynn. Luis, I'm amazed you only have 90K subs. That's up and down, man. I go up and down with the. It's because I'm very Luis. Just to answer your question, I mean, I'm I don't do this as a day job. Like this is just for fun. This is a hobby, and so unfortunately, I treat it like a hobby. And sometimes I'm not consistent with it, consistent enough. I should probably be more consistent. If I made this like a day job, you'd be here every day. But I like to have fun. I like to not put like pressure on myself to like have to show up and stream and talk about crypto, because then it takes the fun out of it. I do it for fun, only for fun. I come on here and stream and just hang out, and I don't want that to go away. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Any updates on the Pure Wallet? Yeah, dude, Pure Wallet has the dark mode. You can actually trade offline right now with the Pure Wallet. You can trade Ethereum offline right now. So yeah, there's it's out, dude. I think a lot of the updates are out there. You can actually buy on exchanges now. The new update for the Pure Wallet's pretty badass. I gotta hand it to them. They've done a good job, dude. I'm very, very happy with where it's at. And I think that getting out there in front of at the Bitcoin conference here. I think they're going to get in front of a lot of people. I think we're going to probably have they're probably going to have a lot of purchases for the pre-sale. And then they're going to launch probably in June. I'm just anticipating they're going to probably launch in June. I'm hyped to see where it goes. Yeah, me too, dude. It's been a long time coming, years. And I could be more happy for the Pure Wallet. Loving the Pure Wallet update. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. The Pure Wallet update's actually looking pretty freaking fire, dude. Very, very happy with where it's at. And I think getting out there to Bitcoin, the Bitcoin 2025 will be awesome. No tokens showing up in my MetaMask yet. Yeah, because they haven't launched Sid Rocks. Once they launch, they'll get airdropped to your wallet, the wallet address of which you bought them, and then they'll show up. Once they hit the exchange, let's just say that they launch with Ethereum, then they're going to show up through the Ethereum. You'll be able to trade them on Uniswap. Not the Pure Wallet. Pure Wallet's it's coming together nicely. I know that there's people out there that are dogging it, people out there that are not happy with Pure Wallet or whatever it might be, for whatever reason, whatever it was, but they've held strong. NS Labs, it's coming back to NS Labs. It's done well. It's looking pretty good. I'm focused on news and sentiment. I'm obsessed keeping the money safe for the family. I'm with you, Moto. Billion Right, thanks so much for the $2 super chat, dude. 500 of you haven't liked the live. I'm ashamed. Yes, hit that like button. Appreciate you, man. If you can, definitely hit that like button. Subscribe if you can. And like I said, I try to be here every day at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sometimes I miss it. Like I said, I've been very inconsistent. I should probably be more consistent. Sometimes it's hard, especially when you have kids. I do a lot of soccer. You guys know that, so can't say the whole word. Seiko, yeah, shout out to Billion Right. Yeah. So eventually, I'll come over here. 24 hours a day, Austin. Where there would go my social life. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. Yeah, the pre-wall is coming together. I'm hyped. Yeah, I'm hyped too, dude. It's super cool, man. I'm happy with it. Hello, what's up, GS? Good to see you, bud. Austin, you got a whole life. Most of us understand you can't sit here all day, every day. Yeah, it's an hour out of the day that I come and chill. It's just sometimes it's hard. You know what I mean? Sometimes I got, you got just things going on. I do things outside of here. You guys know, I run a business outside of here. I run a business doing some other things. So I have other things that I do outside of just crypto. We have a lot of lives right now. I just keep you on auto pay and pop in when I can. Silverista, thank you so much. Like I said, dude, you guys are awesome. The A team is like one of the strongest teams out here. I don't care. There could be other channels out there that have thousands of people watching them on live stream. I don't think they have as strong of a following as I do. I honestly don't. I get a lot of people that show up here every day, always holding down the chat, always eager to talk and be active and very positive. Like we'll get a few people here who are a couple of Daves, but I mean, it's all good. A team strong. Hell yeah, Seiko. Chadzilla, what's up, buddy? I'm guilty. I didn't like it. I love the honesty. Best community for sure. Yeah. Mike, what's up, bud? A team, 100%. Yeah, you guys are fantastic, dude. What's the thumbnail for? Is that your opinion on upcoming price for XRP? Yeah, we're gonna hit it, dude. It's gonna come here. It's gonna come. This is I put this out here. I retweeted this just for people that asked. This is where we're at right now. We're at this building pretension right here. This and again, you can go back and this whole chart right here was posted months ago, dude. We were back over here when this thing was posted. Back over here in this trend continuation is where I should probably go back and find the video where I shared this from the same guy, dude. And he basically showed that we were at this trend continuation back over here in January of this year. And then we went through this reaccumulation phase here in July. And, or right here in this, we're right here in this July area where we were reaccumulating. And that's kind of where it was at. And then we had this random, this massive rise up here during Trump. This is where we're at. Sorry. And then we're right here in this building pretension phase. And so I think this is just a great, like, where we're going to go, where we're going to go and where we'll end up. And this is a cycle that's been built out for years. I mean, this is this is how every market cycle works, is right here. This up here in the left-hand corner is how every cycle works. And we're going through that cycle right now. And you're actually taking Bitcoin's chart, matching up with this cycle, and it almost matches up identically, which is kind of scary. We got Dave stickers now. Yeah. Sub Austin just came in here and clicked that clickbait title. I'm standing true to my. It's no clickbait. I'm standing true. I'm showing you guys that we have an opportunity here to get those levels are coming, guys. And when an ETF happens, dude, we're gonna look back and laugh, and we're gonna say, dude, like, remember that stream back on April 23rd when we were talking about this, and we're gonna laugh at it. He's gonna change his name to David. Yeah, there's some good Daves in the chat here. I want to make sure it's very clear. We just had one Dave blow up in the chat, which is wild. What's up, Ryan? Easy to have my operations healing. Yeah. You guys are funny, dude. You guys are funny. What's up, Auto Pops? Good to see you, buddy. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And I think that this, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving this. Oh, yeah, I forgot to share this. XRP Ledger sees the largest RLUSD burn since inception. I don't know what this means exactly by the burns, but I mean, I guess that means that people are using it. It says the customers who requested the burn-in and minting of 12 million RLUSD was moving this from the stablecoin to one chain to another. I don't know exactly what this means. It says that RLC token, which is at roughly almost a $300 million market cap, is sitting pretty good according to Coin Market Cap. But this whole burn thing was kind of weird. I saw this come through, but I mean, you can start to see people. The RLUSD thing is probably going to pick up here in the coming months. Yeah, join it again, man. It's the Discord's there's a lot of people still in the Discord chatting every day. That's for sure. Yeah, it's because that's like a trend. That's like a trend where if you have a nice Jeep, they give you a duck. I think that's what it is. I got a Jeep Cherokee, no ducks. That shit's weird. It's a Jeep thing. Yeah, it's a Jeep thing. Like if you have a nice Jeep, they give you a duck, a rubber duck. You ever been to Alaska? No, I never been to Alaska. I'd love to visit though. Yeah, I'd love to visit it for sure. So you guys want to know why Ethereum went up the way it did? Is Fidelity bought 253.8 million worth of Ethereum today. So that's probably why you see Ethereum continue to rally like it has been, which is nice, right? We want to see that continue to go up. Yeah, markets hovering around. Bitcoin's still hovering around, like get above 94 before the end of the day. It's a Wrangler thing, right? I think it is a Jeep Wrangler. Austin, what's your opinion on the ETFs? Do you think it move the price? Yeah, it will. Yeah, ETFs will definitely help move the price. It's a rubber ducky gang. Is that not normal to see a bald eagle in Colorado? Why do I feel like it would be normal to see a bald eagle in Colorado? Maybe it's not. We see. I stepped outside this morning and saw one flying. We have a couple that are nested over, I guess across the way over here. So you'll see them flying around pretty good. So those Ethereum numbers from Fidelity. When will banks start buying XRP like that? Dude, imagine when they start doing that. That'd be nuts. Huh, Adam? I always learn so much here. Yeah, you learn about the ducks and the Jeeps. So much random stuff, right? Not even like crypto, just like other random stuff. You have a bald eagle sitting on your shoulder as we speak. One was flying low in my condo complex a few years ago. Really? That's kind of odd. Flying low like that. Yeah, it should be good. That should be good, K Bowers. Yeah, just send a minimum amount. You'll see it pop up. What's up, R Caffeine? Good to see you, buddy. I lived here for years, never seen one. That's interesting. Wow. Ow. Who is that behind you? What are you talking about? You talking about this stuff? DCA last dip. I bought at 184, average with no 192, but my purchase dropped my average to 177. Get from Crypto Guys, FYI, price did hit 177, but a day later. Yeah. That's good pricing, Mike. It's good pricing. I'm a Forerunner guy. We go duck hunting. Be lucky to see $3 into May. It always dumps. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But this there was a chart out here. April is actually a good, or May is actually a good month for crypto. Is it, well, I got to look back at that chart. There was a, did I make a video on it? I don't know if I did. A couple days ago, I put out a chart there. I can't remember what day. I think it was April. April is like a good month for XRP. I was stand fishing in Maine with my dad in the boat. Couldn't even get a nibble. Bald eagle swooped down from a treetop and grabbed the biggest salmon I've ever seen. That's actually pretty funny. Dude, that's crazy. 2 bald eagles fighting in your driveway. That's wild. But all right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I appreciate you guys coming on here. The bald eagle talk is wild. That's pretty crazy. The bald eagles are so amazing, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there. But yeah, dude, I'm hoping that we continue to ride this up. I think we have a lot of positivity in the markets here. I think the retort coming from the White House is good. Regardless of how you feel or whatever side it is, the talks with China is probably a good thing. And so we're going to probably see the market continue to rally back. So hold on tight, man. Hold on tight. I'm totally pumped from where we're going, dude. We'll be all on here, cheering and in a good state here in a couple months. So with all that though, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, you guys hit that subscribe button for me. I'll be back on here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so with all that, love you guys a ton. Peace out, everyone.